In the heart of a quaint historic town named Evergreen, there stood an old, forgotten library. Its dusty shelves sagged under the weight of centuries of knowledge, and the once grand building had fallen into disrepair. Only a few locals knew of its existence, and even fewer ventured inside. Sophie was a young woman in her mid-20s who had always dreamed of becoming a writer. However, despite her deep passion for storytelling, she struggled to find the motivation to start her first novel. Doubt and fear of failure weighed heavily on her heart. One crisp autumn day, while aimlessly wandering the town, Sophie stumbled upon the library. The faded sign out front barely held together, but it beckoned to her like a whispered promise of untold stories. She pushed open the creaky door, and a cloud of dust greeted her, illuminated by the gentle sunlight filtering through cracked windows. Inside, Sophie discovered a treasure trove of books, journals, and manuscripts. The library seemed frozen in time, filled with the wisdom and dreams of those who had come before her. Forgotten poets, adventurous explorers, and visionary thinkers lined the shelves, their stories waiting to be unearthed. Drawn to a particularly dusty corner, Sophie uncovered a collection of journals and stories chronicling the lives of remarkable individuals who had overcome immense challenges to achieve success. There were tales of inventors who had faced countless failures, artists who had battled self-doubt, and entrepreneurs who had weathered economic storms. As Sophie immersed herself in these stories, she felt a spark of inspiration. These remarkable people were not so different from her. They had faced their own doubts and fears, but had persevered. Each journal was a testament to the power of persistence and the resilience of the human spirit. Sophie began visiting the library regularly, reading voraciously, and jotting down notes in her own journal. The stories of these individuals became her mentors, their words guiding her through the darkest moments of her creative journey. She realized that every writer, every artist, and every dreamer had faced moments of uncertainty, but it was their unwavering determination that had set them apart. With newfound motivation, Sophie started writing her first novel. She poured her heart and soul into her work, embracing the challenges and setbacks as part of the creative process. She remembered the stories from the library, knowing that success often required navigating through rough seas. Years passed, and Sophie's novel took shape, chapter by chapter. It was a tale of resilience, inspired by the very library that had kindled her determination. When she finally completed her manuscript, she submitted it to publishers with hope and trepidation. Success did not come overnight, but Sophie's dedication and the lessons she had learned from the library's forgotten stories carried her through the rejections and doubts. Eventually, her novel was published, and it resonated with readers around the world. Sophie had become a celebrated author, not in spite of her initial struggles, but because of them. The old library, once forgotten and crumbling, had transformed into a place of inspiration and hope. Sophie continued to visit it, knowing that her journey to success had been guided by the stories of those who had come before her. She had found her motivation, not in the pursuit of fame, but in the unwavering belief that her voice deserved to be heard, just like the voices of those in the library's hidden treasure trove.